Hello everyone, welcome to the Linux command tutorial series. In today's video, we will dive into a simple yet powerful command in Linux, that is whoami Linux command. If you are a system administrator or a developer working on a Linux, this command can be quite handy. Let's go ahead and explore what it does and when you actually use it. So let's start with the basic. The whoami command in Linux is used to display the current logged in user's username and let's see the manual page. It's essentially a quick way to check which user is executing commands in the terminal. When you run this command, it's output your username so that you can confirm you are logged in as a right user. Let's say you are working on a multi-user system and you need to ensure that you are logged in as the right user before running a sensitive command like modifying file system or modifying the system files or installing the software. In this case, simply run whoami. This is the command. You will get admin user. I have logged in with the admin user on my Linux system, and you will see something like this username or whatever your current username is. It simply checks, but it could not save you from making a critical mistake. If you make Uh, in my case, as you can see, admin user is the user by which I have taken SSH access. So let's take a scenario. Now, while the whoami command is simple, it comes with no additional options by default, but there is more to it when combined with other commands or used in a script. Let's see how to combine a whoami with other commands. One scenario is when you want to ensure that script is being run by a particular user. Let's say you are automating a task where a specific user runs to run a backup script. Let's say you are automating a task where a specific user needs to run a backup script. You could include whoami in your script like this. So let's take an example. This is a simple script to check the condition. I will create here check user.sh, or we can use a backup script name. So in backup script you can use this kind of condition. Here what I did, I have used whoami command. If not equals to root, then you will get this error. If it is equal to root, then you will get exit. Okay, let's run this. As I'm running with the admin user, you can see who am I. I'm running with admin user, so I have received this error, which is expected. So this checks if the script is being executed by the root user. If not, it stops the execution and alerts the user. This is crucial in production environment where only a specific user should run a particular task. And let's see how whoami is used for permission troubleshooting. Here's another use case. Imagine you are facing a permission issue with a file or a directory. You might try to run a command and get a permission denied error. You can use whoami to quickly check if you're running the command as expected user. For example, if you're trying to access a directory that only root user should be able to access, you can check which user is executing the command by running whoami. Assume I'm running, as of now I'm running with admin user. Let's see an example like if I want to cat where log messages, I will get permission denied issue. So if it shows a different username than the root, you know it's time to switch user or use sudo to get the proper permissions. I will try to use sudo cat where log messages. So it will ask for the sudo password. I'm able to view the files. content of the file. If I run without a sudo, I will get an error, permission denied. Another option is that I can be a root to access the files. So with this, now what I will do, I'm now root user. I can check with whoami command. Earlier I was the admin user, now I am a root user. So I am able to check where log messages file. Messages. I'm using cd here, that's why cat where log messages. I'm able to view it as I'm root user. So let's exit it. Now I'm admin user. So let's see the difference between who am I without space and who am I with space. Let's see the difference. Who am I? It shows admin user. If I run with who space am space I, it will show admin user and the details of date and login details from which IP address I have login. It will show all the details. So whoami command simply returns the current user who is executing the command. And what happens here, since you are switched to root user with su hyphen, the whoami command confirms that you are currently logged in as a root, which it returns as a root user. So you see who am I, it shows root. Who am I? Now it shows admin. Earlier it was showing admin user and who am I? Admin user. Now it shows when I switch to root, it shows root, and when I check who am I with a space, it shows admin user. So who space am space I command provides a detailed information about the current session, including username, that is in my case it is the admin user, the user who logged in initially executing the before executing su command, the terminal pts/0. This refers to sudo terminal session you are using. In this case, it's a first terminal pts0. If I take another access, here it may show tty, and on the another terminal, if I check tty, it shows pts1. This is the second user who logged on this Linux server. Okay, back to the terminal. So the next column is log time. It shows the log time, and the next is the remote host where I have taken a SSH access. This is my Linux server. This shows the IP address of the machine or a remote session from which you logged in, which in this case is a local IP address, indicates that IP address 192.168.56.1. What happened here? Despite you are being in a root shell after running su hyphen, the who space am space I command shows the information for the original user from which user I have logged in, that is admin user, not the root user, because who space am space I checks the details of the session rather than current user context. Even though you have switched to root, the session itself was initiated by admin user. So whoami tells you that the session was started by admin user instead of root. So let's summarize. Whoami returns the root because you are currently running as a root user after su hyphen command. So this command shows admin user because it reporting the details of the session and the user who initiated it. The session was started by admin user even though you are now operating as a root. due to the su space hyphen command. So let's summarize all. Whoami command is a simple yet useful command to confirm the current logged in user. It's great for verifying user identities in a script, debugging permission issues, and ensuring you are executing a command with the right user privilege. Whether you are an administrator on Rocky Linux or any other Linux distribution, keep track of your user identity is important. So next time you are unsure about which user is executing this command, remember to use whoami. It will save your time and prevent mistakes. That's all for today's video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe for more Linux tutorials. Thank you for watching.